All right, guys. Hi. Here we go. Designing my t-shirt part 2. We're going to do his little feetsies down here. Going to inspire myself again from where, who, why, who, why. Where did Google go? Oi, oi, oi. Let's Google that again. And more images. And we want the back feet. I want to have some sort of inspiration for back feet. Let's use that one. Let's use this one as inspiration. Does it have to be perfect? No, it's just inspiration. I like this shape that it makes though for this. And they've got it going kind of like that. And then it goes like this. Let me see that bigger. Something like that. And then this one comes in. And then over. And like this. And like this. Something like that. So then it goes something like that. Then this one will go the other way. Kind of goes like this and like this. And then it goes kind of like a so it was 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, something like that. And then it comes up like this, all the way into here. That's what this one did, right? Yes. Something like that. And then it goes this way. And then it goes this way. And then it comes up this direction like that. Something like this. Okay, let's ink that. I'm going to ink the inner part first. Okay. Like that. So if you guys didn't watch the last video and you don't know what I'm doing, I'm designing a pattern, a sea turtle for the back of a t-shirt for our cruise that we're going on in February for our group. Our group wanted a family t-shirt and I'd be happy to design it. I think what I'll do is when I'm all finished and I get it all, digitized and uploaded, I'm going to make one version like this with it's just plain before I do the version with all of our family names and the cruise itinerary on it. I will go ahead and make one that is just the turtle and put it in my Teespring store, and you guys can purchase it if you want. I wasn't planning on doing that, but I thought, if I stop here after I'm done with the graphics portion and coloring it in and everything, getting it all just black and white, and then I scan it before I do all the names and everything, then it would be just a generic sea turtle shirt for whoever wants it. Okay. I like how this is going. I'm going to now erase all of my guidelines. And then we come back in with my brush pen and some other thicker pens and make these lines nice and bold and have a tribal style sea turtle design. And I have drawn it nice and big. This is probably not the size it's going to be on the t-shirt. It's probably going to be a little bit smaller. However, when you draw it nice and big, then you scale it down and make it smaller, it stays beautiful design. When you draw something tiny and try to make it bigger, it gets all weird and pixely and blurry and not pretty. But as you shrink it, it gets more refined. As long as I don't have too thin of lines, which I don't seem that I'm going to do. Okay, so let me start with my brush pen. I'm going to fill in the head and the legs because those I've already outlined where I want my thicker bits. I definitely wanted to go with a sort of a more tribal style, which would be the style of artwork that you see on the islands. Yes, I am not a native style. And want to create a piece of artwork in that style. These designs are exactly the same as it. I just took inspiration from different things that I looked at. I liked this turtle that had this spiral on the head. It's not exactly the same as the spiral on the head of the one I saw, but I just took inspiration. I knew this was going to take a while, which is why I broke it up into 2 videos. And I think what I'm going to do, what's nice about after you draw it, making it digital, is then you can change your colors to whatever colors you want. And I think for our cruise t-shirts, we're going to put the design on a blue shirt and a navy blue, like a dark blue. I think I'm going to make where it's black now. I was thinking of making it white, but I have a t-shirt that I got from our last cruise that is sort of a aqua color on the dark blue. They look really good together. I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay. See? Isn't she pretty? He, she, it. I think I want to clean up some of these lines. The brush pen doesn't make the nicest of lines. It can bleed a little. So I need to remember that and not get quite so close to my lines, and then use my pen to crisp it up. Part of it is the brush pen. Part of it seems to be this paper. The brush pen looks like it's soaking into the paper a little bit and fuzzing out a little bit. So I'm going to just fix some of these little spots that I don't think are crisp enough. Just like that. I think that will, that's better. Just crisp those up just a little bit. And now over here, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay away from the exact edge. And I'm going to go ahead and just use this for fill in, and then come back through with my thinner pen and crisp it up. I think that will be better. Mo better. That way if it fuzzes out a little bit, it'll fuzz out inside the lines I've already made and won't make things thicker than I want. Just like that. I'll make that a little bit bigger. Something like that. Okay, now I'll fix that with this one. Boy, my phone keeps going off. What the heck is going on? Somebody commented on my post. Okay. I see what happened. I made a comment on one of my cruise groups that I think people who are fully vaccinated need to leave the bubble tours for those who are unvaccinated. I don't know if you are aware, but there's a small percentage on some of the lines, not all the lines. Some of the lines are requiring all passengers to be 100% vaccinated. But there are some lines who are giving exemptions. Up to 5% of the passengers can be unvaccinated. They have to have been pre-approved. So it's not easy to get on a cruise ship if you're unvaccinated, but you can. But then if you are unvaccinated, there are things you're not allowed to do. And one of the things you're not allowed to do is take a tour excursion unless you are in what's called a bubble tour. And a bubble tour is where they are very careful with where you go. There are very few places offered bubble tours. And then you have to stay within your group. You can't wander off. You can't go shopping. You can't be anywhere or go anywhere that isn't part of the tour. Okay. For most of the other tours, you can, they will give you, an hour of free time or whatever, drop you off somewhere and then come back and pick you up, where you're allowed to wander on your own. When you're in a bubble tour, you're just not allowed to do that. And I was starting to see a lot of comments on, I'm a member of many cruising groups because, I love my cruise, that people are having a hard time if they're unvaccinated, especially if they're traveling with their small children, who right now, the little ones can't be vaccinated, right? Or they don't have time to get their children vaccinated before their cruise. And so they're limited to a bubble tour if they want to take their kids on an excursion. And they can't find tours because they're all sold out. And a lot of them are sold out by people who are vaccinated taking and signing up for a bubble tour. And I just made a mention that those who are vaccinated should probably leave the bubble tours for those who are unvaccinated, because, they already have a very limited choice of what tours they can take. And then if you take a spot for somebody who's already having limitations, there's my other fin. I like that. I like the dots that I added there. That's adding a little dimension. I think I want to do that here too. And maybe can't make them too small or they won't show up on my final design. Something like that. Oh, I like that. Okay. So I'm getting a lot of A lot of response. Anyway, what was I saying? I was distracted. Let's draw some more. If you want to continue fast forwarding, please feel free. Looks like this is going to take even longer than I thought. I thought it was going to take not that long. Of course, I'm waffling on and not paying attention to what I'm doing, which is also adding to the time it's taking, but this is going to take a lot longer than I thought. So, question is, do I just go as long as I think I want to go and then stop? Or do I make this into a 3-parter so you guys can see the whole thing? This is where a lot of artists do things like time lapse or fast forwarding, because stuff like this takes time. And you don't even realize that it takes that long if you are not. Oop. If you're not used to drawing, you wouldn't know that this takes that long to do. But it does. Okay. I'm getting warm. Of course I'm getting warm. Take off my jacket. Oh, oh, oh. Jacket's stuck in the cord for my microphone. Not good. You guys still there? I think you are. Okay. Okay. So, what else can we talk about? Because this is going to take a while. Cruising. I love cruising. You guys know I love cruising. I am so looking forward to this particular vacation. It's going to come up in February. And there will be 10 of us sailing. Okay, so now I want to make this one look like that one, kind of. A little bit more of a curve. Okay. So that one comes in more on this side. And then Okay. Let's see. I want to make this side look similar to that side. And get it there so we can see both sides. Get it all cleaned up. Something like that. And then I have dots in here. Like that. Did that kind of match? Kind of matches. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, this is taking a long time. Let me color in the feet. Then I'm going to stop and I'm going to do a third video. I didn't think it was going to have to go on to 3 videos, but clearly this is going to take me all day to draw. So let me do that. I think this needs to be more of a curve here. I did a nice curve there. I think I need more of a curve here. Like that. That, like this. Then we'll come back in and clean it up. Okay, oops, I didn't do this middle bit. It's almost 11 o'clock. I've just been drawing and drawing and drawing, haven't I? Okay. Now let's clean that up. I think this marker is running out of ink. And I forgot. I was supposed to remind myself to order more ink. And I even wrote it down and then I didn't do it. Gosh darn it. Okay. But what I can do, what's really cool about these Copic multiliners is the refill all the pens, and I can take the ink out of a size that I'm not using and put it into this one that is the size that I am using. That is what I probably should do. I need to look it up. Instructions as to how to change my ink. And I'm going to have to do that before I move on, because this is, I can feel it, it's getting dry. And I add that dot that goes along with these ones up here to just really fill in that spot and to make it cohesive. So what was I saying about this cruise? Oh, I've been wanting this cruise for so long. It's a bucket list cruise. There's 10 of us going. It's going to be a 14-day cruise. And we are now in the double-digit countdown. We're down less than 100 days. Which is awesome, because when we first booked this cruise and joined a Facebook group for this cruise, the countdown was over 600 days. Yes, I've been looking forward to this cruise for over 2 years. And I just kept praying and praying and praying that it wouldn't get canceled. And so far, it's looking good. We will have to see. But it'll be fun. We're going with our friends who cruise with us frequently. And then my husband's sister and brother-in-law, my husband's sister and brother-in-law, and their kids are also, well, most of their kids are also coming with us. So we'll have 10 of us. So that will be great fun. Okay. All right, I'm good with this so far. I need to do this middle bit. She's coming along. I need to take a quick break, get myself some water. I'm parched. Need to fix and put more ink in this one. And I will be back, I promise. So this is going to go into next week. Oh well, it is what it is. Yeah, at this point, when I start drawing, I'm not going to do any sort of pre-planning. It is just going to be what it is. And if you guys want to follow along with my journey, feel free. If you don't, that's okay. It's not going to bother me. You know, I know that I'm a niche market, and that I will never be an 100,000 subscriber channel. I'm just not. It would be nice if I hit that 30,000, because I'm getting close to that, but I'm not going to be a 100,000 channel. I'm not. It's okay. And I'll never make a living doing YouTube, because I'm never going to hit that 100,000, and I'm just not. But if you guys want this, as a pattern for the back of your for on a t-shirt. I will put the t-shirt in my Teespring shop. If you'd be interested in it as a digital download, I can try that as a digital download file. They now have that as an option in Teespring. So let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. And you could download it, color it, whatever you want to do with it. Yeah, I can make that available. And I will see you guys on the next video. I have to go do my thing. I'll be back. Bye-bye.